All right, people, it is that time. I have mustered up just the right amount of energy to deliver with you a hopefully pristine presentation. But you know what? We're human. While we go on this freedom train, while we're on this safari of freedom, dispelling the lefty lies, cutting through the propaganda like a misty cloud with a knife, just straight out of a cartoon. We're going to save this country together because, guys, I've never seen anything like what I'm about to show you. The propaganda is working on some people, and a majority of people, it is just going right in one ear out the other, and that is incredible. But oh, those people who are getting caught up in it. This is going to be one of those episodes you're going to enjoy. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, of course. Comments, chats, emojis, all the engagement that you can muster, make the entire world go round, and tell that notification bell to get up off his ass on the couch with the Cheeto crumbs all over him and actually do something. There we go. All right. How was that for a visual, man? I tell you what, guys, I'm tired. I'm tired from all these lies we've been just slaying out here. I am weary from all this freedom distribution, but it will not stop us. The show must go on. Per usual, I'm going to do my little announcement. Comments, chats, emojis, make the world go round. And you guys know the rules. Once it's in, once I pin it, once it's in and pinned, it is time to go to the races because it doesn't matter. It's just time. It's this freedom. Again, I'm starting to get a little tired and punchy. Stop it. All right. That's the first little thing that just went wrong. I'm going to go ahead and mute that one. Hey, Billy, you're on live. All right, y'all. Listen, you hate to see it. You do. You hate to see it. In my case, I love to see it. But in a lot of cases, you hate to see it. You know how, actually, let me rephrase that. Let me just start. The energy's good. I'm just not flowing yet. Okay, hold on. Let's go big screen on this one. Let's get this right. You guys know how the media does that thing? You know, the pundits and the Democrats, they do that thing where they think they have something and they run at it with like everything they have. They unleash all cannons. Everything is provided as fact with no fact provided whatsoever. You know, that whole thing? Well, we had something similar with that shooting in Portland, you know, with the two people that were associated with Tren de Aragua. I said it right for everybody who was giving me some feedback in the comments. I appreciate the feedback. The left lined up really, really quickly to say that ICE killed some more people or shot some more people, just innocent people, just cruising around. They wanted some arepas. They're just chilling. They were just chilling like a villain. And then reality strikes. Okay. So when this whole narrative thing falls apart, I'm going to try my very best to give you all the information, and I source everything in the description box below for this reason. And you can go back and you can timestamp me and you can check me. And by the way, if you are in the crowd, in the comments, and a lefty wanders in, you guys have all been deputized to deal with that situation in the chat. All right. The DOJ has just charged the Venezuelan illegal alien shot by Border Patrol in Portland on Thursday with aggravated assault of a federal officer with a deadly weapon. That's weird. I was told ICE just walked up and shot him. Okay. And they provided photos of the badly damaged Border Patrol vehicle. Border Patrol vehicle they say he rammed into several times during the targeted arrest. But I thought these guys were just peaceful, living out their lives, and everything was good and fine. And the woman that he was driving with, sure, she was leading a prostitution ring, and sure, she was affiliated with Tren de Aragua as well. I mean, sure, they're also one of the most vicious Venezuelan gangs in the United States right now, and sure, they did it, and there's evidence, and there's investigations. But, I mean, come on, guys. I mean, ICE is bad. Okay, here's the images. Again, dispelling the propaganda is what we do on the daily. At this point, they're going so hard on you. It's like a target-rich environment for me with propaganda slaying. Here's the Border Patrol vehicle. This is the one the Border Patrol agents were driving. Does this look like they were just trying to get out of the way? Or they were going for whatever they were going for? Or does this look like they were actively rammed from multiple angles by this assailant per the complaint? I don't know. Maybe we had another angle. Oh my God, look, another angle. You know, it's funny how this just, poof, disappeared. It's weird how it's not a story anymore. Anyway, and here's the front angle. And as you can see in the back right over here, that's the actual crime scene investigator. So it's actually a full-on investigation going on. And of course, there's the exact same guy who we were told was just going out for a soda. Yeah. These people lie with impunity. But that's why I show you these things. And we're only on the first slab, people. The first slab of freedom right here. Let's go to the next one because this is where we start getting really, really funny. This is why I say in the title, it's not working. Everything that we've been under, every bit of propaganda you've been just literally, it's like waterboarding. I mean, if you turn on your social, you turn on your TV, you turn on any apparatus that has anyone talking about anything, the propaganda, I've never seen it this insane. Back when lefties used to put vaginas on their heads and walk around with hats that looked like vaginas. Like, that was a thing. This is like, I don't even have a term. Propaganda is a little bit light, okay? And by the way, if you're new here and you're questioning if liberals really did march around Washington, D.C. wearing labias on their heads, they did. It's a factual thing. Millions of them, apparently. Where they could find millions of labia-looking hats. Whatever. I'm not going to say the word labia again from here on out. All right. I hope. Here we go. Support or oppose abolishing ICE. This is after all the propaganda. Everything you've seen over the last 9 months, from the riots in Los Angeles to the thing in Minneapolis, that's fallen apart and just went poof. I showed you that in a video 2 hours ago. And then the Portland shooting, all of that happening. Yeah, who do you support? Support or abolishing ICE? Support is going down while opposing is right about at 50%. That's all they got. Okay, let's keep on going, people, because we're about to take a step right into crazy, but I got some super chats I've got to get to because I owe it to you, and you guys, you put them in there, so I'm going to have to read them. All right. Backwater526 with a $5 super chat said, let's go, y'all, and I appreciate the encouragement. The comments, the chats, the emojis make the world go round, as is a pinned comment stating. When are these people going to get it? We see this beautiful... Every time someone's, beautiful tear. Every time someone's deported, America's grabbing a beer and buying a new house. Subtle, I love potatoes. Subtle. That's kind of true. All right, let's keep on trucking. Oh, some of you may have seen this already. Oh man, normally, this is an important addendum to my topic here. Normally, if you guys are new, we do a little bit of an appetizer, kind of wet your whistle, right? Get a little bit of fun, a little bit of sarcasm, sometimes a little bit of, that's so stupid it hurts, sometimes a little bit of humor, it depends what we're gonna do. And sometimes there's that magical moment where humor, oh my God, what is happening, sarcasm, and cringe all come together in this little mixed mash of deliverable gross because, oh my God, they're losing their minds on the left. Okay, remember, you and I are the violent ones. We're the evil ones. We're the ones that guns exist or crime exists. Yeah, here, enter liberal lefty with, you know what? Let it speak for itself. There's a nice little dub over too, watch.
If they're gonna murder us while calling us fucking bitches, then I think we need to be bigger fucking bitches. Fuck ICE.
Oh, I am so scared. Oh, so I'm shaking in my little space boots. What's that supposed to do? You're going to put, first of all, a lot of the gun people in the world in the comments right now are going to make fun of the fact that it's blazer ammunition. I mean, that's a whole separate, different thing. But loading a mag and then putting the mag in and chambering around, and that's supposed to intimidate that or intimate that you're going to kill ICE officers? Because if so, enjoy at FBI. Enjoy that visit. And you're putting it on the internet. But my God, do you have the serious eyes? The rest of the world calls these crazy eyes. Yeah. These are the people that tell you can't have your gun rights. Why don't we go ahead and see what they're up to again?
If they're gonna murder us while calling us fucking bitches, then I think we need to be bigger fucking bitches. Fuck ICE. If they're gonna murder us.
I could watch that all day, but I've got 4 more. Y'all, I say this a lot in my videos and my streams. If you're a younger gentleman and you are out in the singles pool, if you see these crazy eyes right here, or you see that type of scarf, run. Run quickly. Holy crap. And we're the crazy ones. Okay, let's keep on going. I'm just going to keep on dogpiling at this point. So this is another one of the liberal front seat specials. That's what we call these. Liberal front seat specials are where we get a camera, we sit in the front seat of our car, and we just talk to the camera, and we virtue signal real hard with lots of emotions, volume, and profanity. Yeah, This is actually a thing. Okay, watch this. Here's more threatening of us and everybody else. Watch this. We're at war now, apparently.
See, I've been fully activated. I'm gonna head back east. We need to go to DC. Shit needs to get done. Here's the thing that I need for protesters and everyone to start realizing, okay? We're at war. The protests are over. There's no more protesting. This is combat now. So when I...
Okay, so I would like to tie something into something a little bit more serious. His language that he's using. You catching that? Does that sound familiar? It should sound familiar because that's exactly what the governor of Minnesota, who's in a whole lot of hot water, we're going to cover that either tonight's live stream or tomorrow morning. He's mimicking the exact same language that Governor Tim Walz said about being at war with the federal government, deploying the Minneapolis State Guard against the federal government, talking and referencing the 1863 Battle of Gettysburg where Minnesotans led the charge on Pickett's charge on the actual Civil War battlefield. This is why you don't do this, because these types of people will take that as, oh my God, we actually are at war. It's no longer protesting now, it's combat. Okay. Okay.
come onto the field, I'm not screaming at people that are going to assault me or pepper spray me. Like, no, this is combat. I'm going to engage them in combat because we have shit that needs to be done. This is how we get shit done. Okay? We're not protesting anymore. We're fighting. You understand? Like, I need for you to stop with the signs. And I need for you to get shields and swords of the pew-pew kind. Like, I need for you to wake the fuck up. We're at war. It's wartime. It's time to go to war. You know how your military father or your military friends were always telling you freedom isn't free? Like, you're about to find out. Like, you're about to get it. So figure it fucking out. Stop protesting. It's fight time.
Okay, this is a really important part, and please send this part out. And if you're new here, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, because you have to understand what you're watching. Okay? Sure, to an everyday person on X and on the internet, it looks like you're just looking at crazy. Well, you are. But take that another sidestep. What you are actively seeing, I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to tell you a direct historical analog to it. Okay? You are seeing the far left realize they are losing the battle of the narrative for the American mind and the American culture and the American soul. Because the American people are turning away from leftism like vote repellent. They are. The Democrats are split with the progressives. The progressives are split with the Democrats. What you're seeing is everyone isolating away the far left progressives. They thought they had a pretty good stronghold, and now everything is being ripped away from them. Their worldview is being torn asunder, which is why you're seeing them react in this manner. It's no longer protesting, it's now combat, because that is the actions of someone who believes that they no longer have control and power where they once did. Okay? They're going to resort to that type of rhetoric or that type of action, and that's the war they're in. Okay? It's directly because they feel threatened and their worldview is threatened and their power base is threatened. It's not because they decided to get violent and extreme all of a sudden. It's because the things that they identify as are being threatened. It is a direct and total visceral reaction. That's the first thing. The second thing, and this is really important, so please let me hear you in the comments on this one. Let me know if I land this plane. I've told you on multiple occasions, when Charlie Kirk was shot and you saw all the extreme violent response, when you saw the left celebrating, when they were dancing all over the memorials, when they were completely and totally mocking all the death and the assassination, they were making plays, they were making t-shirts, they were making figurines, they were going hard on the fact that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, right? I covered all of it for you. But what I told you was happening was the Weather Underground part of the hippies, okay? No one likes the extreme psychopathic left that you're seeing right now on these X videos, okay? No one does. Democrats don't like it. Republicans sure as hell don't like it. Independents don't like it. No one likes it. And the Weather Underground was the exact outcropping from the hippies, the far left progressives of their day. The hippies started losing power and they started resorting to bombing buildings, okay? After that happened, they started losing sway in the entire country, and they became non-existent as a movement. You are literally looking at the Weather Underground last throes of this generation's hippies. They're just more woke, more crazy, and they have more digital access. That's what you're seeing right now. I've been saying it for a while. I'm doubling down. This is what you're seeing. This is why they're doing this. And that's why it's going to get rocky. But it's because we're actively saving the country. All right, I got some super chats real quick. Thank you guys for the planes, the 100%, the emojis, the chats, the comments. We are on a quest for freedom on this channel, and thank you all for being here with me. I'm going to catch up on these super chats real quick. I see 3, I think, came in. Trevor Butta, $5 super chat. I just tried to read that like twice, make sure I didn't say something inappropriate. I just want to start singing If You Had Only Had a Brain to a Lefty. Ah, the old Tin Man song. I like that. Jeremy Wills with a $5 super chat. Wait till they get delayed, denied, etc. when they're buying their first gun. We need that side to see the infringement against gun owners is real. I'm going to be honest with you. They might get a little bit more than delayed, deny. Just saying. Single Shot with 199 says, they call us in the 2A community crazy. Absolutely correct. But Backwater with the $2 super chat says, it's all a psyop. Positively. You know what? I'm here for it. I accept it. I thank you all for the comments, the chats, the engagement. Guys, we are only 4 tabs into this adventure of freedom, so buckle up. Of course, keep on driving with the comments, the chats, the emojis. Remember, said notification bell still sitting on his butt in a couch with Cheetos all over him. He needs to get up and do something, and you alone hold the stick to poke him. So please do that. Okay, this one I found fascinating. This one was, I could watch this one for a while, okay? This is not your typical freak out. This is important. This is not your typical lefty freak out. This is a actual pondering question that they're like this close, like smidgen, like finest frog's hair away. See, I am Southern. Legitimately, listen to this, and then we're gonna have a heck of a conversation about what she says in under 38 seconds. Watch this.
I have a question for you. What unites the left wing? What makes the left wing come together in community? Because with the right wing, it's obviously Christianity and their collective commitment and love for Jesus, and also nationalism. They are nationalists. America, flag, nationalism. Where for me personally, when I think of national, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. So we don't have a unifying glue in the left wing that binds us together. What is it? What brings us together? What do you think?
All right, I could not have made a better setup in my life than that video. First of all, let's just look at our side of this, because I'm totally on the Christian nationalist side of this, as she would say, and the left would call me an evil Christian nationalist because I happen to be Christian and I happen to love my nation. Ooh. So we've got religion, country, and family. Do you understand those are the 3 main portions of the nexus that keeps us rooted around the Constitution, our country, and love of country, and the next generation? Okay, that's why they are going to lose. She cannot figure this out, but that's what's happening. That's on our side. Then she says, but I see all those things and I don't like all those things. But what do we have on the left? What binds us together? I can't see it. No, you can't see it because there's nothing that binds you together. All you have on the left that is the binding agent in this little bakery concoction of socialism, communism, liberalism, victimhood, and aggrieved status is all of those things. The thing that binds the left together, which is why it will never stand, is complete and total victimhood status, complete and total assignment of guilt, complete and total tearing down, hatred, jealousy, envy, all the best parts of Greek mythology, all wrapped up into one political ideology. You don't build anything when you have those types of grievances. You have the collective, but the collective ends up killing 100 million of your own citizens every time it's tried. So, yeah, you don't have anything, which is the reason you guys, me and you, are going to win. They're not procreating. They don't have the family. The people are moving out of their states. They don't have the electoral college or the representation in the House. I'm telling you, all the things that she just said are the reason they are losing any and all power. And by 2030, They are not only going to have less children, less reproductive rates. Well, they say they don't have less reproductive rates, and they're going to have less electoral representation because everyone's leaving their crap cities. I mean, like, yo, you're on the cusp of winning, which is why you're seeing this. They know it because their propaganda is not taking our kids anymore. Hey, look, except this guy. Who left a lumberjack out in the woods? Okay, here we go. We're going to keep on going by because this is important. This guy made a cross-country trip to come defend Mexicans at a Mexican restaurant, which to me seems a little racist to assume any Mexican is illegal, but, you know, who am I? I mean, they are the liberal. They know all that. Like, they deem who is worthy of racism and not. So, watch this. This guy could not be more lumberjack if he tried. I mean, like, props to him. The red flannel with the beard. I mean, like, beard props. All right, let's keep on going.
Paul, you came in from Madison, Wisconsin. That's a long drive. Help explain to me why you're here outside of this business right now.
So I'm out here right now because this business put out a call for people to stand on this corner to watch the business for them. They've been really worried about reopening. They were shut down for the past 5 days after ICE was here, and they just aren't comfortable just doing this on their own.
And this is a Mexican restaurant and grocery store. And Paul, I see that you have a lot of equipment on you. You have a camera, obviously. You have another GoPro back here. You've got this acts as a whistle, you were telling me. And you've also got a first aid kit. It would be easy to understand why somebody wouldn't want to be coming out here to do the work that Renee Good was doing after she lost her life. But instead, you drove in 4 hours away. Why is it so important for you to be here right now, to be doing...
Okay, I'm sorry. I hadn't watched all the way through that clip yet. I just saw a Red Paul Bunyan guy and heard him talk for a second. I was like, that's gold. Could you be more lefty lib setup question, Anchor Boy? My God! You saw a woman killed on the street at the hands of murderous ICE. Most people would run away, but you rushed in, Paul Bunyan. Why do you go in when others flee? My God, hero complex much? Okay, sorry, I had to. But, like, guys, the very idea that a business is run on illegals who are not paying taxes, who are not doing a whole lot of the citizenry stuff, puts out a call and people drive there from 4 or 5 hours away to come to the aid of the people who are harboring illegals. It is mind-boggling to me. And of course, it's got to be a Mexican restaurant in Supermercado, because why not? Anyway, let's keep on going.
This work right now.
Yeah, I have family in this community, so I was really worried about them. They shared their concerns, and they have a young son. They're not able to do this work. They're not able to stand here and watch over the neighborhood. So I'm here for them, for this community. This is what they need. They need to see people in this community out here supporting them, showing them that we are not afraid of this state-sponsored terrorism.
And the Trump administration...
Well, any questions? By the way, I'm trying to figure out in my brain while I'm doing this how I could say, like, tie in Mr. T starter kit here with the anti-ice, maybe the anti-ice starter kit. I mean, it could have been funny. Didn't really work out. But, I mean, my head went immediately, like the little starter kit. All right, let's keep on going, guys. Again, same kind of thing. We are all about that freedom. So hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn the notification bell on. 2,500 people are in here right now. You are with friends amongst family, as it were. As we continue to just dispel propaganda left and right. Except for that guy. That guy might be gone. Paul Bunyan of the left. Lefty Bunyan is gone. Oh, even though he has a killer beard and some amazing red flannel. All right. Republican Party favorability. I assume it would be 4%. Nope. Favorability, 38.2%. Democrats, 32.5. Guys, everything that we have seen in the propaganda over the last 12 months, everything, all of it, the insanity, it's been under a year since Trump was inaugurated, and you've seen the amount of crazy we've seen. And even at all that, the shutdowns, the riots, the burning things down, the anti-ICE, all of the propaganda, everyone hates Dems more. Like, how shitty do you have to be? Like, to have billions of dollars of propaganda on your side and you still lose? Looking at you, Kamala, like, my God. Okay, just keep on going. That's the little break. Oh man, that break means something, guys. That means something. Okay, listen. This next one. Oh, this next one. We're going to walk through a little press conference in Minneapolis that just popped off. You know, you got the regular suspects, the usual suspects as it were. Jacob Frey gets in front of a camera, of course. You know, Beto O'Rourke wannabe. And then someone else popped up. And I've got that little someone else segment here because what would you guys do if I told you that, you know what? I'm not gonna ruin it for you. Let's get right into this. We've had our break. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Super chat from Mike Yu says Paul Bunyan's Blue Ox was working on The View. Oh my God. Yeah, probably right. It's probably right. All right, let's get into it before I get in any more trouble. All right, listen, guys. This one right here. This one is a doozy. Because I want to play this 2-minute clip. Because, of course, this is all about placating to the immigrant population, the illegal alien population out of Minnesota. Of course, they created a sanctuary city where everyone flooded to. And then that created a target-rich environment. And then ICE goes, oh, look, piece of candy. And they just send like 8,000 agents there. And it's just literally like snatching, diamonds off the ground. But when you set this type of environment up where you're ignoring federal law for 10, 15 years, and then all of a sudden we're enforcing federal laws, where do you think you're going to go? Like, my God, you're not going to go to a desert to find snow. I mean, come on. Anyway, let's get into this. Super chat from Tommy Dameron. $10. Thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. All right. Here we go. This is a 2-minute clip, but it's worth all your time because it's got everything you need. Watch this.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Today, I'm proud to stand with Mayor Fry and Attorney General Ellison to fight for our residents.
I bet you
This
are.
federal occupation of our...
Oh, man. Come on now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, don't freeze.
This federal occupation of our...
Hold on. I got to reload the page. X being trippy. We're going to get this one. This is an important one. There we go.
Today, I'm proud to stand with Mayor Fry and Attorney General Ellison to fight for our residents. This federal occupation of our cities needs to end immediately. Federal law enforcement is racially profiling our residents, creating mass chaos, and undermining the relationship between local government and our communities. We will not stand idly by and watch this happen. With this collective action, we are taking a firm stance to tell federal law enforcement that this cannot happen in our country. It cannot happen in our state, and it cannot happen in St. Paul.
I got bad news for you, Cupcake. It can happen. It's going to happen. It is happening. That's federal law they're violating. Those are federal officers. They can do whatever the hell they want. I mean, like, candidly, half the country plus a few literally said, hey, solve the immigration problem. It's fully in the support of the American population because no one else was doing anything. So, I mean, like, you can't do this. Doesn't really hold water. But anyway, let's keep on going. We got a lot of stuff to get to in the tail end of this clip.
Federal law enforcement is going far beyond what they can and should be doing to enforce immigration laws. They are endangering our community's safety, straining our resources, and sowing distrust. While we know we can't control federal agents, we will pull every lever we have to fight back in every way that we can. They've come into St. Paul and needlessly invaded our neighborhoods and homes. They're targeting us based on what we look and sound like. Our residents are scared, and as local officials, we have a responsibility to act. I want to thank Attorney General Ellison and Mayor Fry for taking a united stance for the people of Minnesota. And to our immigrant and refugee communities, let me be clear.
This part.
You are a vital part of our city. You are loved, and you are wanted, and you are important to the fabric of our state. As a refugee who came to this country, this is the state that welcomed my grandparents here in the late 70s, allowed our family to break the cycle of poverty in one generation, educated us, allowed us to build wealth, and within one generation have a new family members that are educated and a part of this economy and this workforce. That we need to continue to make sure that our state stays that, and that can't.
Okay, you've talked enough. Thank you for walking right into the tiger trap. Let's have a conversation, shall we? Hey guys, you tell me in the chat, Which group and political organization in the United States says how racist America is? Which group says how bad America hates immigrants? Which group says that the entire system is rigged against anyone except white people? Which group says we have systemic guilt and we have systemic issues that are basically brought on by a archaic political system because the Constitution is a old, dusty, rusty thing that we don't need anymore, until it becomes a success story, the nation of which they besmirch all the time. And I think you guys are going to like this one, so jump in the comments, chats, and emojis. The country of which they besmirch and they backhand all the time and drag through the mud, all of a sudden is this great land of prosperity that my grandparents were welcome to this land. And within one generation, were able to create wealth, create freedom, create a environment for themselves, have a next generation, have a future and a hope, and they were educated and all of these amazing things. And we just, wait a minute, that conflicts with your prior narratives. Dill holes. This is my whole point when I say all these things. They have these pillars in the Democrat Party. America's evil, racist, and horrible. We need to get everybody out of here because they're illegals. America is greatest and it's incredible and it's a beacon of light on a shining hill. Which one is it? For the love of God. This is so disingenuous. It is insane. Which one is it? Are we absolute the dregs of historical civilizations? Or are we the great shining city on a hill? Are we like Jimmy Carter? Are we Ronald Reagan? Which one are we? Because this is the whole point. They have zero consistency. And I just want to put that clip in just for that. Oh, God, these people suck. All right, super chat. Steve Rousseau, $20. What's sad is these idiots don't realize that they're not the only ones that are armed. I'm afraid that something will happen that may cause someone on our side to defend themselves. Pray that it doesn't. Absolutely. I hope that it does not. That is, we're going to keep our cool heads, head on a swivel, and we are going to carry on, and we are going to take this country back, and they are going to be pissed for the next 25 years when they try it again. All right, let's keep on going. That's another break. I told you that was going to be a good one, guys. I told you that would be a good one. All right, so now, where we're going from here is going to be a fun one because this one's going to rub a little bit of salt in the wounds. It's not going to make a lot of lefties happy because I'm about to tell you a whole lot of things that they said weren't going to happen that are happening. All right, let's get into this, people. This is the old boost, the old pump me up, the things the left won't tell you. The Democrats, the media, all the pundits, they just mums the word. All right. I don't know why they wouldn't want to tell you this, though. I mean, I can't imagine why this would be important. Red Eagle Politics. Pennsylvania voter registration update 1/5 through 1/12. That's today. R plus 7,600. That doesn't make any sense. I was told that ICE is ransacking from the White House and the whole country hates them and they're done with Donald Trump and ICE and we're done with everything. I was told. Were you guys not told? Did I misread that memo? Because I was told that everyone's done. And, Pennsylvania being like the key swing state in the entire United States, going plus 7,622 voter registrations for the Republican side, where it is now only 42,000 Dems leading. That kind of conflicts. Maybe there's more. Guys, maybe there's more. There is. I know what's ahead of me. Watch this. Whoa. Here comes the sarcasm. Let's flip that bad boy all the way on. U.S. gas prices officially fall to an average of $2.79 per gallon, the lowest since March of 2021. What happened in January of 2021? Oh, yeah, that's right. The Biden robot that short-circuited all the time. American households are set to save $11 billion on gasoline in 2026 compared to 2025. That's almost as much as the Somali fraud in Minnesota. Whoops, I said it. I mean, $11 billion, guys? That's a whole lot of money that's going to go into discretionary income. Where do you think that's going to go? Directly into the economy. But anyway, let's keep on going. I'm sure there's more here. Oh my God, there is. Look. Gas prices continue to plummet nationwide. Now 43. There are 50, by the way. U.S. states feature average gas prices under $3 a gallon. I was told that the bombing of the Iran nuclear facilities and Donald Trump being hated worldwide was going to make gas prices go through the roof. Man, we're being told a lot of things that aren't happening, aren't we? And then when it doesn't happen, no one's really telling you, so I'll do it. 43 out of 50 states are below $3 a gallon. We're even picking up lefty states at this point, guys. All right, let's keep on going. Let's keep on trucking. I'm sure they don't want to know any of this stuff. Hey, look, the experts are wrong again. That's weird. The White House just confirmed the GDP forecast is above plus 5% for Q4 and 4% the previous quarters. If this happens, I'm not going to play the clip because, I mean, you know how this is going to go. We expect this. I'm only going to give you things that actually happen, not just projections. However, if the projection comes out to be 5% for Q4, followed by 4% quarters, that is like gangbusters. That has not been done before. That is wild. Just want to throw that out there. The whole evil man, orange man bad, only out there for his friends is kind of running dry, isn't it? All right, let's keep on going. We got more and more and more tabs. We're stacking on stacking right here. Oh, man, $2.99 for diesel today. And silver hit $86 an ounce. That's true. That's true. I saw that. All right, we got 3,000 people in here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, comments, chats, emojis, make the world go round. Let's get back to it. Mortgage rates. What? Mortgage rates are plummeting under President Trump. They're now at a 3-year low. 3-year low? That can't be right. That's got to be a misclick. No. Let's play and find out.
Pretty crazy, actually. Got below 6% for the first time in, as you report, almost 3 years. It finished a little higher, 6.2% on Friday, but that's still more than a point lower than it was when he took office in January of last year. You know, home prices have been coming down, and the president announcing another action which figures to lower home prices even more. He wants to ban institutional investors from buying homes and then renting them out. He says, you know, that's driving prices up. And the director of the Housing Finance Agency on Fox Business this morning saying corporations should not own homes, Americans should own homes, and the president is serious. Take a listen.
Guys, all the lies from people like the likes of Chris Murphy, who are saying that he's out there doing rich his buddies, all his millionaire venture capitalists, millionaire firms. Does that really jive if he's trying to make them not be able to buy houses, but leaving it to the actual people? Does that jive with everything you're being told? Because honest to God, the propaganda is just—it's so insane that it's wild. You're talking about banning big corporations from buying houses, which would drive the price up, and that's supposed to say that he's all about the rich guys and his friends. Y'all, I mean, I'm sorry. At a certain point, you just got to call bullshit. I mean, like, hard. All right, let's keep on going. And by the way, do we have a lefty in the chat? I thought I saw. Man, don't worry. If one wanders in, I know you guys are deputized. You have full authority. You guys will take care of it. I'm over here in front of the camera, behind the camera, changing the camera, doing all sorts of stuff. We're in this together, guys. All right. This one I thought was fascinating, and I think I'm going to wrap on this main point because this last segment is going to show you a whole lot of things that check out a whole lot. Okay. So this is an interesting one. I'm going to actually start with this one back here. Yeah, I'm going to rearrange that real quick. Hold on. All right. This is fascinating to me. How would you describe your political views? This is from a Gallup poll today. I'll zoom into this post a little bit to show you what we're talking about here. Conservatives are -2, moderates are -1, and liberals were +3. Okay? We're going to come to that was 16% in 1996 in a second. But the interesting thing about this is the 7-point conservative advantage over liberals in 2025 is the smallest Gallup has measured in annual averages dating back to 1992. I want you to pay attention to the little tiny blue line right there. You see that? First of all, it's still firmly underneath independents and conservatives. But I want to show you something here. You see that direction of that line? That caught my attention. I found that intriguing. Okay, it's a steeper incline than the decline of moderates and conservatives. Just pay attention to that, all right? Let me jump right over here to this next one, and this would explain a whole lot. So this is the percentage of Democrats identifying as liberal or very liberal, and it's more than doubled over the last 30 years. They are intensifying because the purity test, the endless litmus test, the constant virtue signal consistently pushes people more and more liberal and more left and pure and drives everyone else out. Look at this. This is truly fascinating. Of the Republicans, this is on the left side of this graph. Again, this is all Gallup, and it's all linked in the description box if you want to dive deeper. Republicans from, I think it was 92, I think 92 was the number, have slowly increased from about 60% to 77%. And that's over about a 30-year time span, okay? Independents, slow decline. Liberals, inside, like the very liberal inside Republican Party is down at 2%. Don't worry about that one. You're worried about the top green line, okay? Now let's scoot on over, take a little scooty-doot to the right for the Democrats. And I want to show you the intensity of what I'm talking about. And this is why you're seeing the actions and you're seeing the propaganda and the politicians. Because the politicians are catering to this. What you're seeing is the politicians getting crazier and crazier and crazier. It's because their Democrat base is going crazier, crazier, crazier. Look, the light blue line is very liberal. This is starting back in 2010, okay? 2010, which is right around the Obama era, 2010 popped up, and then at the end of Obama's era, like right around 2012, 2016, what happened in 2016? His name was Donald Trump. Everything went far insane, crazy, hyper-liberal. It broke them. So in the past 20 years, the last 15 years, they have more than doubled on the far left liberal extremism. Okay? You've got a doubling in the same time frame, or the lesser time frame, then you have an incremental rise on the Republican conservative side. The Republican conservatives are staying pretty stable, a little increase. The Democrats' leftist liberalism is infecting the entire apparatus. You are looking at the reason for everything that we're seeing, from the crazies to the politicians to the abject insanity of saying how evil the country is, but also how great it is. So we need more immigrants unless you're doing something else and you don't need more country. I mean, like literally, it's all over the map. This is why. This is why right here. And that's why I thought it was a great thing to wrap this up with. I think that was a pretty good thing to wrap with. What do you guys think? I got one more tab here, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's so spicy, and we're already 42 minutes in. I owe it to you guys. Oh, I think I do have a lefty in the chat over here. You guys are getting a little spicy with the same name over and over again. Oh, anyway, you guys will handle that. All right. Listen, tomorrow morning, we're going to have something you're going to like. It's right over here on this last little tab right there on the top right. But we will wait to reveal it tomorrow. That's a little bit of a cliffhanger and a teaser. Listen, all 3,000 of you are amazing for being in here right now. Thank you so much for hanging in here with me, spreading that freedom, cutting through the propaganda, driving the notification bell to get up off its butt and wipe the Cheeto dust off its chest so that it can go out and do its job. And I appreciate each of you for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribes, all of those things that make the world go round. I love each and every one of you. Just the right amount that makes you feel comfortable. That is the outro, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.